Right. Was there any reason to panic, chat? Did our steam turbines manage to keep up with the demand the whole time through? I'm noticing that we haven't got enough fuel gas, though. We absolutely do not have enough. Oh, my lord. Super amounts of diesel. Not enough fuel gas. Why do we have no water down here? Huh. Well, everything else looks okay, but the lack of natural gas is a bit concerning. I turned 21 on the 3rd of December, says Dual VTR. Congratulations, mate. I hope it was a pleasant turning of 21. How are we doing over here? So look here. Not too bad. How are we doing down here? Could be much, much better. So, I'm thinking we need to work on that. Also, research. Could I actually look into this already? My lord, so I could. We could get solar panels. My god. Mind you, we'd need silicon. But I think that may be what we're going to... Oh, electric boilers. Now we are cooking with fire. Now it all comes down to how much electricity they take. Is it possible that they will consume a small enough amount of power that this would be self-sustaining, or at least blunten our need of natural gas? Now we're cooking without fire. That's right, we are. Oh, marvelous. We are going from gas-fired kettles to electric kettles. Oh, the technology. Low supply cost. That's to be expected. It is to be expected. Right, let's check out the map. Where are we going next? We've got rock over there. I think, though, we want to go and grab that uranium. We may want some nuclear power. I kind of... Yeah, if... Like, what I would... how do I put this? As much as I enjoy playing Oxygen Not Included and finding weird ways to break physics in that game, such as the self-powered oxygen maker, I hope this game doesn't do that, because it does feel... It feels cunning in figuring out a way to game the system, but it also diminishes the feeling of triumph when you succeed, if that makes sense. Nuclear-powered kettles, yes. Yes, that is exactly what we're going to need. Nuclear-powered kettles, everyone. Nuclear power for the future. However, I do think we're going to want to set up maybe even another 2 of these, frankly. Well, we might be moving away from those soon, thinking about it. Maybe let's find out what that's all about first. Eh? Turn on all of my research labs in order to get that quickly. Yeah, there are nuclear power plants in this game, yeah. That's what we're researching right now. Sorry, no, it's not what we're researching right now. We're going off to get access to the uranium mine so that we can. But yeah, if anyone happens to have played the game to the point where they've gotten the electric boiler, how much energy does it require to run? You'll be surprised, and not in a good way. Oh yeah, I know it's fission. Hence the fact that you can research storage facility for the waste. Okay, there we go. Nuclear energy, hooray. We could go there, I suppose. Sure, may as well. I mean, most nuclear power plants are operated by boiling water, to be fair. Most power plants operate by boiling water. We've never really advanced beyond steampunk. People have this great. They're greatly misguided, and they believe that we don't. No, we are still steampunk peeps. We have been for a long time. Will be forever, probably. Okay, do we need more workers? We're actually starting to get close to that point, yeah. Alright, well, it's going to be a little while before we can. And that is no longer because we are lacking electric parts. It's because we're not producing the tier 1 construction parts fast enough anymore. Photovoltaics, wind and dams. I'll say that wind is... Yeah, you're quite right. Hydroelectric dams aren't used enough for me to say that enough of our power... In fact, you know what? I would go as far as to say even in Scotland, where... I think Scotland... I could be wrong about this, so please don't get... don't quote me on it. But Scotland ran for 2 weeks off purely green energy. Mostly tidal and offshore wind farms. As far as I'm aware, that's one of the longest periods any country has been entirely fossil fuel free in terms of its production. But 2 weeks was the maximum that it could run at. In fact, I don't think it was exactly 2 weeks. I think it was something like 13 days or something like that. But that's, a far cry from, the amount of power that Scotland generates in a year. Nowhere near being able to even cover that by tidal or solar. It doesn't use solar hardly at all, to be honest. It's mostly tidal and wind. And as a like on a global scale, it's mostly still fossil fuels. And fossil fuels just run steam turbines. British Columbia almost completely powered by hydro dams. Really? I'd have to check that. That's pretty cool if it's the case, though. Scotland is not 99.82% green currently. Mangoes, Highlands Raw. I worked in the utility sector. Scotland is not 99.82% green. I can say that with an excessively, like obnoxiously high degree of certainty. Norway is not 100% green either, because Norway uses power from Sweden and Denmark. Norway sells a lot of its power to Sweden and Denmark, and then buys power from Sweden and Denmark. It is not 100% green. I can straight up say no to that. Source: many Norwegians complaining bitterly about the fact that their energy prices are going through the roof because of Sweden and Denmark. Right. I think we need to bring coal down here. We can just run it alongside this all the way up to that connection point. As soon as this is... It's so frustrating, because as soon as that is finished, I can shut this entire system down over here. Yeah, Norway is the largest exporter of fossil fuels in Europe since the sanctions on Russia. Yeah. There we go. Scotland is 39% wind and 3% hydro. That sounds about right. I'm considering buying a ferry. It's huge, and I can afford it. Any clue how hard they are to sink? No idea, I'm afraid. Interesting. Are the solar plants that Australia is using, because TNSE just mentioned that Australia is soon to be the biggest producer of solar power. Is the solar power that they're producing like solar cells or mirrors? Because, again, it's surprising how frequently all of this sort of stuff just comes back to being steam-powered. A very common solar power plant design is using mirrors to redirect, to refocus the sun on what is effectively a large tower of water and boils the water in it, thereby generating steam and then driving turbines. Oh, they're selling parts of their land to other interests to produce solar on it. Oh, that's interesting. Right. Where are we going to go next? That's 610. That's 610. 990. We definitely can't do that one. 990, 990. I'm not even sure we'll ever get to the point that we can do those. It might be possible that we can. Maybe down the road, but I'm not entirely certain. But let's go and take this one out so we've got access to the coal mine. Yeah, bloody humans, man. Even our most advanced ways of making electricity is just heating up bloody water. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, like I said, we, despite beliefs to the contrary, humanity really hasn't progressed much beyond steampunk. I'm not just pulling that out of my backside. We really haven't. A lot of our forms of energy generation ultimately boil down to producing steam. That is almost finished. I have a question. Does the game let you build a second dock and thus 2 armed ships? No. As far as I'm aware, it does not. There we go. Alright. Copper is now being produced properly. Oh, we are shy on workers. Yeah, we've lost a lot of people. Bit of a pain. Okay. Let's do... Are we running growth boost? Health is... Ooh. Blue, severe. Damn it. Okay. We've got a severe flu going through the population right now. That's gonna hurt. Got a quartz mine up there. Alright. Well, let's unpause this. We're going to bleed off some... Oh, we don't have enough workers there. Might be a while. We do actually need to start looking at getting a hospital up and running. Let's go for an edict then to quarantine. Quarantine 20% of the total workforce to reduce effects of ongoing disease by 40%. This disease happens naturally and cannot be completely avoided. However, the impact of it can be significantly reduced by having a hospital provided with medical supplies. I think we're just going to have to quarantine for a bit. Oh, good God. Nowhere has got enough workers. Not even a single where has got enough workers right now. We're just going to have to wait this out. Unfortunately. Have I tried the new map? No, I haven't yet. Looking forward to it, though. Right, there we are. No active diseases. Okay, you can stop being quarantined now. We're down by an awful lot of workers. That sucks. Double growth boost. And not only is Snoo encouraged, the state is funding aphrodisiacs. Available in candy form, gummy form, liquid form, that alcohol. We're doing okay over here. Got a little ways further to go, but otherwise things are going well. Okay, total population started to bump back up again. Good, good, good. Sure, I'll give you permission. Eclectic sound wave sophist. There you go. No. We're not really going to be stocking up much in the way of copper there for now. But it'll start to flow through in a bit. They seem to be completely chockers, but they're not producing anything, which is odd. Why? They just not got... It should be enough. Oh, damn it. I see what's happening. It's basically fighting over which one gets to send materials through, I should imagine. Yeah, it's got a little tiny bit of water moving through the pipe. Go. That's incredibly annoying. Oh, now it's water again. What? It shouldn't just be sending one at a time. Huh. No idea what's going on there, to be perfectly honest with you. Seems very much broken. Yeah, now it's treating this like it should. Let's remove that. There we go. Oh, the water and the acid is moving through at the same time. That's quite curious. There we are. That was really weird how that was broke there. That could have caused us all kinds of issues. Alright. Go. And as soon as that one's done, we should be good. Right, electric boiler is done. Right, okay, let's have a look at you. That's what I've been waiting on. So, electric boiler uses 1.3 megawatts to produce 24 steam. Produces high pressure steam by boiling water, basically a giant kettle, but not recommended for tea preparation. God damn it. It requires 40 electronic parts, 60 tier 3 construction parts. Produces half as much steam as the regular boilers. These require 24... Yeah, so each one of these would require basically 2.6 megawatts worth of power and would produce at maximum 2.5. Oh no, sorry. It will produce at maximum 3. So I would gain, for not using fuel, I would turn something that's producing 3 megawatts potentially down into something that's producing 0.4 megawatts. Oh, no, it's not a net loss. It is still a net gain. Yeah, it's kind of a net gain. So. This generates enough. It generates 1 megawatt of mechanical power. But the thing is I can use that steam again. So if I were to run 2 of these, using 2 megawatts of mechanical power, which is 2 electric boilers, that low pressure steam would then pass through a low pressure turbine, producing an extra megawatt of mechanical power. So 3 megawatts of mechanical power for the price of 2.6. Oh, wait. This requires a constant... if I'm reading this right now, I might not be. But looking at this, I believe this is saying that it requires a constant... Oh, yeah, no, you're quite right, actually. 3 megawatts of mechanical power is generating 2.5 megawatts of electricity. So, yeah, it would be a net loss. However, regardless of that, is this saying it needs maintenance supplies? So that's a very expensive way of running things. I wonder in what scenario this would be the best thing to use. I guess it wouldn't be a terrible idea to use the electric boiler for this, since one electric boiler would be able to run both of these. Second. Oh, Athena's being overgroomy. Come in. Athena is being a very groomy bum, and she's bothering Midna. But yeah, I would imagine that using it to run my water generators would be feasible. I guess. It would certainly take away the reliance on deliveries of natural gas and coal. But it's quite an expensive way of doing it. No pollution, that's a good point. Yeah, it doesn't produce any pollution. Are you going to stop trying to groom Mid now? She doesn't want to be groomed right now. Will you promise? No, kisses are not promises. I do appreciate them. Alright. Sorry about that, chat. Athena may have just decided that it's time to play. And if she has, then we might have to just wrap up the stream because, you know, when Athena wants to play, Athena gets play, basically. But yeah, it only requires 2 manpower to operate. But the fact that it requires level 2 maintenance as well. I don't even think it's level 1 maintenance. I think that has to be level 2 maintenance. Which is another very interesting one. Reverse products into maintenance, which is distributed to all machines, buildings, vehicles that need it. Important as if there's not enough maintenance, vehicle, blah, blah, blah. So most things... is level 2 maintenance just different maintenance and required for different buildings? Huh. Okay. Well, that's very interesting to know. Okay, well, it wasn't as amazing as I had hoped. But oh well. However, we can... A, research some medical supplies. B, start working down to nuclear reactors. Then eventually all the way down there, much better medical supplies. But for now, nuclear reactors, we'll queue those up. And I'm going to go ahead and shut down 2 of these. Actually, I'm going to let them finish doing their research first. But then I'll come back and shut them down. In the meanwhile, I think it is high time we look into the possibility of producing medical supplies. So, medical supplies, where are they? Need medical equipment and disinfectant. Disinfectant is made from ethanol and plastic. Plastic is made from naphtha, chlorine, and plastic, or ethanol, chlorine, and plastic. Ethanol and chlorine. Blah, blah, blah. So naphtha and chlorine into plastic seems like probably the best way for me to go. Because it's not like we haven't got a stupid amount of naphtha available. In fact, if I'm willing to put up with the pipe spaghetti, I could have it over here. Chlorine, though. A bit more of a potch. I'd have to fetch that from down here. Not the worst thing, though. All things considered. Yeah, chlorine and naphtha, making plastic and exhaust. Medical equipment is plastic and steel. And then disinfectant is using ethanol. The only place we produce ethanol is down here. And all of that ethanol gets burnt off. But at that stage, I think we could safely say that from that point forward, we would use the ethanol to produce medical supplies. Athena. Bring her back. Athena. She doesn't want to play. She seems to have calmed down again. We will see. Right. So, where do we make the plastic first and foremost? In a polymerization. Damn. Polymerization plant. Probably under oil. Hydrogen reformer, polymerization plant. There we go. There we are, ethanol, plastic. Actually, perhaps I should look at building... I mean, they're slightly more efficient. Ever so slightly in terms of power more efficient. Is there anything they can do that the other can't? Oh yes, making graphite. Fair enough. We can now crack the heavy oil, though I need hydrogen for that. I could break water down into oxygen and hydrogen, or ammonia into nitrogen and hydrogen. That would be the better one, I think. How much ammonia am I actually producing, though? I think I may be... Well, we're definitely producing more fertilizer than I need. So we could perhaps double these up, upgrade these to the chemical plant 2s, strip all of these down and replace one of them with using ammonia to form the hydrogen. That is definitely an option. Then we could crack the heavy oil into naphtha and fuel gas. Right, let's just double check how much ammonia. 12, 12, 12. So 2 of these would use the entire production there of ammonia. And then the last 12... would be available for the cracking. Yeah, we could break down 12 heavy oil at a time into naphtha and fuel gas. How much heavy oil do we produce? We produce 24 heavy oil. So I would need another full production of sour water, which I think we might actually be producing enough of. I do fancy we might actually be producing enough sour water for that. Especially with everything else that's producing sour water. And throwing it back into the mix. Is it outputting the sour water, though? That's naphtha. Yep. So that sour water all comes back down here to meet up with and eventually flow in here, which then feeds it out to just these 3. Are they always running, though? No, not really. But part of that is likely because we can't get rid of... What are we stuffed on? Light oil. So yeah, it's the naphtha that's the problem. We've got too much naphtha available. We need to burn that off a lot faster than we are. Are these able to run all the time? Yeah, it certainly seems to be. looks like my issue is that I need to burn the naphtha off faster. Okay, well, that's definitely a thing we can orchestrate. Need more steam from somewhere, though. And each one of these would then produce more fuel gas and sour water. Yeah, honestly, it feels like naphtha is what's clogging the system. Otherwise, we would be producing enough sour water to be able to run a fourth sour water stripper, which would produce all the nitrogen we would need. Alright. There's lots of stuff that we can do with this. But let's throw together something cheap and cheerful for now. I'm not going to worry about the heavy oil stripping. We're just going to... because we've already got too much naphtha as it is. So I'm not going to worry about producing the hydrogen or anything like that. What I want is take the naphtha and add chlorine and produce plastic. Let's bring chlorine over. Right there. I'll set you up for chlorine. I'm going to ask you to be kept full. Then I'm going to say... I mean, I could build them around here, I suppose. One there, flip that around. One here. And since they're both outputting the same thing, how much do they output? Yep, less than half of 60. It's basically how I look for it. Because I know this can handle 60, so as long as it's producing less than 30, or, well, exactly 30, at most 30, I guess I should say. Can I not? Let's move this back then, just a little bit, just so this works. Tunk. There we go. We need the chlorine here and here. It's quite interesting. Chlorine can only go in one place on it, but it's very interesting actually. Each one will require 6 chlorine, so it's only a tier 1 pipe is going to be needed. Take it out to about here. All the way down. There we go. Then we need naphtha coming through. Let's find our naphtha line. Right there. So at this point, does this have priority out? Yeah, it does. We want to bring how much? Still enough that we can do a single regular pipe to get it all where it needs to be. Also, who dat? Foldable human. What an absolutely fantastic name. Hello. How you doing? Love that name. Let's bring it all the way down here. Then from there down, I think. And then from here and there down. And we go an alternate route. Perfect. That will be producing our plastics. Hey, Salfatel. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the raid, though, Foldable Human. What were you playing? And was it fun? Get a shout out in chat. There we go. Chat. If you're not already following Foldable Human, there is now a link at the top of chat yourselves. There is a link above you. You just need to pat your head And if it doesn't seem to do anything, you need to pat it harder until it does something. If you hear a crunch somewhere in your neck, you know it's worked.